Hi there, my name is Kristy Lockhart, and I have a very beautiful story to tell you. It's a story about finding true love, real love. About 5 years ago, I was at an art show and live music event, and I made my way down the stairs, and off to my right there was all kinds of artwork on the wall. And for me, time stood still. Every image that I looked at was absolutely profound, and it touched me so deeply inside. I had no idea who the artist was. I asked around, I couldn't find who this person was. I picked up one of the business cards, and it said that the artist was named Locust Girl Photography. And many years later now, our friendship has blossomed into something that I never thought was ever imaginable. I'm speaking about my best friend, Heather King. This is some of her artwork, as she is the most amazing artist in the world. And I like to refer to her as the queen of mirrored images, and of all things beautiful and deep and profound. Her artwork encompasses so many issues, emotional pain and love and beauty and nature and animals and everything. Now, here's a couple of pictures of us. Just really, really happy times, events that we've gone to. Just being happy and healthy and loving our time together. And as long as I've known her, I've become her muse. She takes many, many photographs of me and turns them into something absolutely brilliant and out of this world. I'm constantly left speechless. Here's a few different ones. Now, this woman has saved me, mind, heart, and soul, so very many times. I do not know what I would do without her. Now, a couple of years ago, we did a photo shoot here in Ottawa. We picked up, there was many amazing pieces of dead bark from trees, and Heather took bags of that home and stored it in her closet next to her clothes. Now, what we didn't think of at the time is that it's very likely that there were ticks on this bark. She began to get very sick. She had various symptoms. She had a very itchy rash on her legs that left holes. She started getting a constant sore throat, suffering terrible migraines where she has to wear sunglasses and earplugs for weeks at a time. numbness and tingling in her hands and her fingers. Her joints are always painful. Her hands swell up. And actually, I was with her she's been to the hospital numerous times. One of those times, the infectious disease sent her to the plastics department, in which they performed a procedure on her hand where they actually had to slice her knuckle open to try and figure out why it was swelling so much, as none of the other tests showed why this was. That was very, very difficult to watch her get her hand sliced open as she was awake. Other symptoms that she's exhibiting: severe chest pain, which has been diagnosed as costochondritis, sinus tachycardia. She has short-term memory loss. She has trouble forming words, sentences. She also has edema all over her body, muscle cramps, twitching. She also has 4 herniated discs in her neck, of which she has seen 3 different neurosurgeons. And the last neurosurgeon said that the amount of pain that she's in, just in her neck, simply did not match the herniation of the discs. It just simply made no sense. The pain is so severe. She has to take different medications for the pain. She can no longer ride in a car for very long. She cannot ride the normal bus. She has to take the handicap bus to whatever appointments or wherever she needs to go. She suffers terrible breathing attacks. She cannot catch her breath. She goes pale, sometimes almost a blue color. Now her pulse races uncontrollably, of which she's on heart medication for 4 times a day. Just recently we were back into the hospital because she was suffering severe chest pains. Now they're sending her to a cardiologist to try and figure out what's wrong. One night I was trying to figure out and research what can be wrong with her, because she's had all kinds of different possible diagnoses as to why she's exhibiting all these symptoms. And I came across Lyme disease, and it just made so much sense. And because of the bark that we had collected and that she kept, Lyme disease is transmitted by a tick bite. So we asked her doctor to give her the tests that are available here in Canada for Lyme disease. So she's had 2 different tests that way. And we sent away to California for a 3rd test, which cost $600, which I raised money for through selling my belongings. Now, the results of those tests are that she has a positive immunogenics C6 peptide test, so there's no way that it can be denied that she doesn't have Lyme. She definitely does. If you're unaware of what Lyme disease is and how it affects a person, I suggest that you watch a documentary called Under My Skin. It's very difficult to watch, and it shows what is going to happen to her if she doesn't get the proper treatment. Excuse me. I read a book on all of the problems that people face in Canada with getting a proper diagnosis and treatment for Lyme disease. And I wrote doctors from this book, and they all told me that my friend Heather needs to be sent to the U.S. to get the right treatment for this disease. If Lyme disease is caught early enough, one round of antibiotics will solve it. But unfortunately, she's gone many years without a proper diagnosis until now. The only way she's going to get the proper treatment is to be sent to the U.S. And this, as we all know, is very expensive. The reason that I'm doing this fundraiser is to raise money to send her to the U.S. to get this treatment. I need your help. I need people to generously donate so that my friend can be saved from this terrible disease. She has lived, because in her past she's lived a life that has had a lot of pain in it. She had a very neglectful childhood, a lot of traumatic sexual abusive situations in her youth. And because of that, she thought in the beginning that someone was actually paying me to be her friend. But I proved to her over and over again that I am genuinely here for her, and that her friendship, it means more to me than anybody could ever know, more than I have words for. When I was 16 years old, I lost a very close friend to heart disease. Later on, I lost my grandmother to cancer. She fought cancer for 10 years. I am begging all of you, whoever watches this and whoever goes on this site, to please, please, please donate. I need your help. I need to send her to the United States to get treatment. Thank you for watching, and please read everything about this campaign to raise money for her. I love her with all my heart and soul. Thank you very much.